Aside from being the voice of a generation, Ariana Grande has proven time and time again that she is a comedy. Queen Grande is a proven Saturday Night Live scene stealer, making several cameo appearances throughout the years that have been hallmarked by her spot-on impressions and dazzling vocals. The former voice coach and Wicked star hosted SNL for the second time on October 12th and wasted no time flexing her vocal chops during her opening monologue. Grande initially teased that she intended to keep her performance low-key, however, as soon as a microphone magically popped on stage, it was clear Grande had a show in store. Anyone familiar with Grande's glimmering track record on Jimmy Fallon's Wheel of Musical Impressions knows she's a powerhouse of musical impressions. After taking the SNL stage, Grande was excited to chat about achieving her theater kid dream of starring in Wicked, but assured the viewers that she was just hosting. She wanted to take it easy, she explained. She wanted to keep it low-key and wouldn't make it all about her. Just as a piano trilled after taking a mic, Grande promised she'd not sing while singing with angelic grace. Grande continued saying that she wouldn't perform any musical impressions. She explained she wouldn't be doing her iconic Britney Spears impression right before pulling out a spot on Spears' "Alla Baby One More Time." Grande continued by claiming she wouldn't imitate Miley Cyrus while singing with the Flower Singer trademark twang. Grande then slipped into an eerily accurate impression of Gwen Stefani while promising she'd avoid it. Of course, after the song slinked into the tune of Don't Speak, Grande hit it home with her impression of Stefani while singing I Won't Sing Because It Hurts. The hilarity continued as Grande sang about avoiding winking at the camera with cheeky charm, ditching any dancing lifts while being expertly lifted, or talking about Wicked just as her on-screen co-star and SNL cast member B and Yang appeared on stage in full Dinda get up as she promised not to modulate the key with skill. Grande sang that she wouldn't bring up a lineup of rocket-style dancers to perform crazy high kicks while she avoided crazy runs and vocal flips. Grande concluded her monologue with a flourish from her musical medley of impressions to her Celine Dion impression during the episode's USC Sports promo sketch and her impression of Jennifer Coolidge during another sketch. Grande proved yet again that when it comes to her shamanic vocals, the Wicked star brings unlimited comedy. Ariana Grande's voice has often been compared to a fine instrument capable of hitting high notes with ease and executing intricate vocal runs like their second nature. But aside from being one of the most powerful voices in pop music today, Ariana has another, lesser-known talent: celebrity impressions. If you've ever seen her break into character as some of pop's biggest icons, you'd understand how scarily accurate her impressions can be. In particular, her Gwen Stefani and Britney Spears impressions have become fan favorites in interviews on late-night shows and across social media. Ariana has wowed audiences with her playful yet spot-on imitations. These impressions aren't just fun mimicry. They're also a testament to her deep understanding of vocal techniques and her love for the pop legends who came for her. The ability to impersonate someone like Britney Spears or Gwen Stefani requires more than just copying a few signature moves or vocal tics. It involves understanding their nuances, studying their musicality, and perhaps most importantly, delivering the impression with a mix of homage and humor. That's something Ariana excels at. Her impressions of both Gwen and Britney have taken on lives of their own, with fans constantly asking her to perform them and videos of her doing it going viral across the internet. Ariana's Britney Spears impression first gained traction during her 2015 appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. During a game of Wheel of Musical Impressions, she was tasked with performing Mary Had a Little Lamb in the style of Britney. What followed was nothing short of brilliance, with just a flicker of concentration, breathy nasal tone that Britney is known for, complete with the iconic babbish vocal fry that has defined much of Britney's early music. her ability to channel Britney's essence so effortlessly shocked the audience and Jimmy Fallon himself. But it wasn't just the sound of her voice that made the impression so memorable, it was the way Ariana mimicked Britney's physicality as well. She nailed the coy, slightly robotic hand movements that Britney often used in her performances, as well as the way Britney's lips would pout or exaggerate certain words. It was clear that Ariana was more than familiar with Britney's unique performance style. Fans were quick to circulate the clip on social media, where it racked up millions of views. For many, it was the first time they saw Ariana's ability to slip into the skin of another artist with such ease. Not only was she able to imitate the voice of one of pop's most beloved stars, but she did so in a way that honored Britney's legacy without mocking her. Ariana's Britney impression, like all her impressions, is done out of love for the artists and their contributions to music. Just when you thought Ariana's talent couldn't go further, she pulled out another show-stower, her impression of Gwen Stefani. Unlike her Britney impression, which captures Britney's signature breathy sweetness, Ariana's Gwen Stefani impression is full of energy, attitude, and the distinctive quirkiness that has made Stefani an enduring figure in pop and rock music. This impression first came to light on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, as well. During yet another Wheel of Musical impression segment, Ariana was tasked with singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in the style of Gwen Stefani. Without hesitation, Ariana dived into the challenge, channeling the signature scap punk edge of No Doubt's lead singer. Her voice took on Gwen's famous nasal, clipped tone, and she exaggerated the ends of phrases in a way that's unmistakably Stefani. The way she threw her voice around from a low growl to a sudden upward pitch perfectly captured Gwen's unpredictability and dynamic range. Ariana's physical performance also added to the impression's brilliance. She mimicked Gwen's staccato hand movements and her signature wide-eyed expressions, the kind of exaggerated facial animations that Stefani often uses when performing. As with Britney, Ariana's Gwen impression wasn't just about nailing the vocal style, it was about understanding the full persona of Gwen Stefani on stage. It's a difficult balance to strike. When performing an impression, you want to honor the person's talent without turning it into parody. Ariana's Gwen Stefani impression walks that line flawlessly, capturing Gwen's unique voice and style while keeping it lighthearted and respectful. What makes Ariana Grande's impressions of Britney Spears and Gwen Stefani so uncannily accurate is her genuine love and respect for both women as artists. Growing up, Ariana was heavily influenced by both pop stars. Britney, in particular, was a dominant force in the early 2000s when Ariana was a teenager and Gwen's boundary-pushing music with No Doubt and her solo career left a lasting mark on the pop landscape. In interviews, Ariana has spoken about how much she admired Britney and Gwen. As a young aspiring singer, both artists represented different aspects of pop stardom that Ariana would eventually incorporate into her own persona. Britney's early career was all about precision, perfectly crafted hits and flawless performances, while Gwen brought a raw edger attitude to her music, blending genres and experimenting with fashion and style. It's no wonder that Ariana's impressions of these two women are so good. They're rooted in years of admiration and study. There's also a deeper connection to Britney's and Gwen's careers in the way Ariana has managed her own stardom. Like Britney and Gwen, Ariana has had to navigate the highs and lows of being in the public eye from a young age. She's faced intense scrutiny and media pressure much like her predecessors, and she's handled it with the same resilience and grace. Her ability to find humor in these moments, like performing these lighthearted impressions, is a testament to her own understanding of the sometimes absurd nature of fame. Thanks to social media, Ariana's Britney and Gwen impressions have reached an even wider audience beyond the late-night talk show circuit. Clips of her performances are frequently shared on Twitter, TikTok, and in Instagram, where fans from around the world gush over how spot-on her impressions are. It's not uncommon to see a thread of comments saying things like, "How does she do it?" or "She's literally." Gwen Stefani reincarnated the Britney Spears impression in particular has become something of a phenomenon. Anytime Ariana appears on a talk show or an interview, there's always a chance someone will ask her to do the Britney voice. She never seems to tire of it, and her fans certainly don't either. It's a reminder of how much Britney's